Barakadah Shalom to the 144,000 rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm entitled a video, Captain Tazaryach, Ham, Sham, and Japhet. Okay, so this is a panel discussion. You saw Netta ask Captain Tazaryach hard questions about a movement, renaming, morals, etc. So let's go ahead and play.
I've been boots on the ground from the 5% to the honest of the nation. I've been boots on the ground in different places, even in the Caribbean and Canada. I've been boots on the ground since I was young.
Yeah, this is King Simon.
So
he's Benjamin, but he's born
when people call people tether just because they just doing generalization, that's what I call.
And this includes this whole FBA thing, as you see in the title, right here in the title, hard questions about FBA. Foundational Black American, which is the name we all is.
CIA tactics. And that's what I'm talking about with Professor Small, because if you look up what CIA tactics are, from my studies under Dr. Khalid and the rest of them, CIA tactics is disinformation, separation of people, and putting out things against it. I would not call Tariq a CIA, and I know Professor Smalls didn't do it, but I feel that Tariq is like the new Jesse Jackson. He came with a term, and now everybody's riding with it. Now it's time for them to formulate some type of structure around it. And I understand they don't want to put no leader to it. I understand that, because that leader will get targeted real quick. He'll get taken out, period. Because there's a movement. Somebody said it wasn't a movement. No, it is a movement. But I understand you want to respect your lineages. Respect your lineage. I respect your lineage. I've never, let me tell y'all something right now before I get on.
Now, all these people on the panel are Israelites, and I believe not one of them except Captain Tazaryach. Our lineage is that we're Israelites. We are the Israelites.
I've never disrespected this American lineage, because I used to be a DJ, I used to spin music. I've been a part of this since I was born here. I was born here in New York, in the Brooklyn Jewish Hospital.
Okay, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, King Simon. You my beloved brother, man, always. But I got to ask them this. Now, this is real talk, to see where they at. Now, where are you from, King Simon? Where your family from?
My family from Jamaica and Cuba. I'm born here 58 years.
Okay, 58 years. See that? Now, David Walker, do you see King Simon as FBA?
Oh, wait. He said he was an FBA.
FBA. I'm an FBA.
I thought you was about to ask me if I see him as a tether. That's why I jumped so fast and said no. I didn't listen to the rest of your question, but I thought you were about to ask me if he was a tether.
You said he's not a tether?
I'm respectful for this.
What makes him not a tether?
Just not FBA.
A tether is someone who tried to link on to the FBA. They try to link on to lineage and try to.
Aside, make it screen everybody.
They're all of the same lineage. We went into captivity. In different regions of the world. So what Tariq is basically saying is, this is for the argument of getting reparations, which you ain't gonna get from Trump. You be happy that he don't pick your ass up and send you back to Africa, some goddamn where. But if they decide, okay, we're gonna work it out and we're gonna give so-called African Americans $50 million each, which would totally bankrupt this system. Because I did the math, we're talking about a couple trillion. I don't know what it would do, but that's a lot of money being given to a group of people. So his argument, Tariq's argument, is that you're gonna have people that are born in Jamaica or parents that are born in Jamaica that haven't experienced slavery in America, and they're gonna get some of this money. It don't work, which I agree, because if there's reparation, if England decides to grant reparations to Jamaican people, then that only applies to Jamaican people that went into slavery under the British, colonized by the Brits. So African American can't get none of that money. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't gonna get the money any fucking way. So why even argue?
You see everybody talking, sir? Thank you, sir.
Okay, FA is someone who's trying to attach themselves to lineage.
And see, I wouldn't even be on this panel because they don't accept, and I'm pretty sure every last one of these individuals on the panel pretty sure I'm pretty sure familiar with Captain Tazaryach, and he pushes the Israel thing. So he told them that they Israel, they don't accept it. Why would I want to be around these people? Oh, you don't accept it? Move on, shake the dust.
He like, say you're from the Caribbean anywhere, you come and join with me, and you in a line to get reparations with me. And they say, okay, I got my...
Oh, by the way, if none of these guys wake up to the fact that they're Israelites, they're all burnt toast. They're all done. Because ultimately they're going to take that chip because they want to eat.
But you know what's crazy with that, Suntan? You know what's crazy with that?
What?
We've been taxed on to the lineage before there was a FBA, before there was ADOS. We've been doing this work before that. We need.
Yeah, I'm going to just say this. The reason why I hit the button is because I believe I caught Captain Tazaryach saying that you got Israelites living in Africa and there's a separations. He's been listening to us and maybe, Nate and so forth. And maybe he now sees it, because I would tell him, if brother, you can't, a guy say he's born in Nigeria, he might be an Israelite. Chances are he's an Israelite. That light, that brining light of an Israelite, that special light of Israel, comes out of Nigeria and surrounding areas in West Africa. Ain't nothing come out of these other hardcore African nations. South Africa, the Afro beats. The Afro beats didn't come from Hamites; they came from Israelites living in Africa, which is almost like West Indian calypso, dance hall music mixed with some Latin music, because that's their flavor. The flavor's coming out in Africa. Those are Israelites.
When the people that's coming on board now, that was just walking around with doo-doo diaper.
Like this guy. This fucking guy. Like Akon, whatever you say his name, from Africa. Where is he from? Ghana, I believe. He's famous for singing "Lock Me Up." He's a Jake. He's an Israelite, but he doesn't know he's an Israelite. So he compares. He kind of separates himself from Jake. Well, I'm an African, but he's a Jake. His whole flavor is that of a Jake.
When the people that's coming on board now, that was just walking around with doo-doo diapers in their drawers, we've been doing this work, bro. And so now
we stood up to police officers from Canada to I've been standing up to police officers.
They just come in and they trying to disassociate people from being a part of the family. You see, that's the crazy part, and that's what King's saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm part of Puerto Rican. I told you, I'm man. I'm who I am, and I'm never.
Did he say his father's Puerto Rican? Let me come back. Come back.
You see, that's the crazy part, and that's what King's saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm part of Puerto Rican. I told you, I'm man.
I thought he was Dominican. Maybe his mother's Dominican. His father. Well, if you're black Dominican, black Puerto Rican. Which the Puerto Rican, the lighter skinned ones look down on the darker Puerto Ricans.
Like I said,
who I am, and I'm never going to stop being that.
It's not why I got the screen. I just want to say this. I delineated away from just the movement itself, because I was with it when it first started back in 2019. As I showed y'all, the tapes and everything. I've been with Tariq then. But I just, Tariq, my man, I just couldn't it wasn't sitting right with me when he, and this go to you too, Captain, when he said them stinking Africans. I just couldn't. I couldn't deal with that.
You know that.
Yeah, because you niggas don't know. You don't know your history. You don't know your history. You don't understand the first people that enslaved us were Africans, so-called Africans, Hamites. The Most High instructed us to utterly annihilate the Canaanites. We got out of slavery under the so-called Egyptians, which is Mizraim. See, Jake don't understand. That's why I said every last one of these guys on this panel, if they don't wake up to the fact that they're Israelites, or if they're not of the elect, they're going to take the chip and they're going to die here in America. So I can't talk to them. I can't talk to Sarnetta. I can't talk to none of them. They're all going to die. And Reggie might be a damn Edomite. I hate to say that, but he got an Edomite vibe on him.
Listen, I love that. Listen, I love that about FBA. They got that part right.
See, that's what I'm saying. And that's the part that you never knew I was FBA, because I moved back from them, calling, they was calling them, he always got, if you look at YouTube channel of Tariq, you always see a funny looking African with big eyes or something, and he's being kind of mocked.
Well, that's if he's an Hamite. He might be a J, because he'll make, what's the brother from Florida, the rapper? What's his name? Uncle. Damn, from 2 Live Crew. He's almost like an African on a donkey, to Tariq's eyes. That's your same people, brother. Them Benjaminites. I mean, you can get on them Hamites, but don't look at the Haitians. Well, you did a thing on Haitian. You did 1804, which I saw that video. It was a good video. So I thought you were Haitian when I first saw it. But
he looked like me. But that's the tether.
And Captain,
yeah, let me go back to King Simon. Let him close and finish.
I'm about to
yeah, Captain, you said earlier that the Israelite history comes from outer West Africa. That's what you said.
Oh, okay. So he's not. Hey, give the man a hand. Captain Tazaryach finally sees it. You know what? You know where he got the influence from? I would think he got it from GMS and IUIC, because they push it a lot. Because, like I said, what ISUPK used to do was say, "Where you born, brother?" "I'm born in Nigeria." "You a Hamite." "My parents are Nigerian." "You a Hamite." Well, guess what? If that's the case, Nas is a Hamite. Because his father traced their family line back to a village in Africa, which is in West Africa. They're Nigerians, but they're not Igbo. They're Yoruba. I'm sorry, I had a mental freeze. Yoruba, which are Nigerians, but that's a particular tribe of the Nigerians. I deal with where my woman lived. Half of the damn building is Nigerians, and no motherfuckers is Jakes. You be around them, they're nothing but Jakes. They got like slight accents, but their children are nothing but Jakes.
I said that. Yeah.
What do you disrespect the people from West Africa?
Not the Israelites.
Oh, see, he got it. So give the man a hand. Captain Tazaryach is coming through. Let's hear that again. Captain Tazaryach is born again hard. Give him a hand.
Yeah, Captain, you said earlier that the Israelite history comes from outer West Africa. That's what you said.
I said that. Yeah.
What do you disrespect the people from West Africa?
Not the Israelites.
History comes from out. Yeah, Captain, you said earlier that.
See, these dudes are trying to make heads. These dudes are all confused. They all confused, all of them. They don't know what the hell's going on, because the Most High didn't tap into their pineal gland and their third eye and open up their spirit to know that they're Israelite. The Most High closed their eyes. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 9. They're still under that spell, so they can't see it. But I'm quite surprised that let me bring it back. And I caught it. The spirit
it wasn't sitting right with me when he, and this go to you too, Captain, when he said them stinking Africans. I just couldn't.
Yeah, because you don't understand. You think all black people go back to Ham. You don't understand the difference.
Hey, you know that. Listen, man, I love that. Listen, I love that about FBA. They got that part right.
See, that's what I'm saying. And that's the part that you never knew I was FBA, because I moved back from them, calling. They was calling them. He always got. If you look at YouTube channel of Tariq, you always see a funny looking African with big eyes or something, and he's being kind of mocked. But he looked like me. But that's the tether.
And Captain,
yeah, let me go back to King Simon. Let him close and finish.
I'm about to
yeah, Captain, you said earlier that the Israelite history comes from outer West Africa. That's what you said.
I said that. Yeah.
He just recently saw the light. He just saw the light. You know? He now understands that there's Israelites that are still in Africa that identify themselves as Africans.
What do you disrespect the people from West Africa?
Mm-mm. Not the Israelites.
There you go. There you go. You heard that, Elder Yashawamba? He's coming around. Don't be surprised if he's gonna ask to join GMS. If he says the mark of the beast is the microchip, guess what? He's an unofficial member of unofficial member GMS, secret disciple of GMS or IUIC.
But the Hamites.
But you notice he said the Hamites. The Hamites. Watch what Sarnett is going to save with his lost soul.
That's why I'll say Hamite. That's why I try to say Hamite often, so people can know I'm delineating. So I'm because like,
but you know that's just a belief. King Simon ain't no such thing as a Hamite.
Look at this nigga hating. Look at this nigga hating.
No. That's just Captain's. Hold up, that's just Captain's belief. There's no such thing. Let me finish, Captain. There's no such thing as a Hamite. There's no such thing as Ham, Japheth, and all that stuff. Captain's is going along with the belief system.
There's no such thing as an Israelite then. But you be talking about the Bible.
Okay, for you to say there's no such thing as a Hamite, Japhite, and you was going to say Shemite, then you wouldn't be here, man. Because each and every last one of y'all either came from Ham, Shem, or Japheth. Okay? Let me do a little research here. Let me see something. I don't want to take this. I'm going to take this down. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I should go to the chat. You know what? Maybe I should try. You know what? Let me go to Google. I can go to Google and go to AI mode. Because even Esau knows that there's Hamitic, Shemitic. It's anti-Shem. It comes from Shem. Shemitic or Semitic goes back to Shem. Give me a second, y'all. What identity did the Canaanites come from? I didn't ask that question right. Well, let's see what it says anyway. The Canaanites came from a lineage that is both biblical and genetically described as originating from the ancient inhabitants of the Levant, which is that area of the Middle East, that wide area of the Middle East, who themselves were descendants of early farmers and migrants. Biblically, they're descendants of Canaan, grandson of Noah. So the father of Canaan would be Ham, grandson of Noah. Let me ask you this. Let me ask this. Did Noah exist? Whether Noah exists is a matter of religious beliefs and historical debate, as there is no definitive scientific or archaeological evidence to prove his existence as a historical figure. Okay, let me do this. Where did the Hamites come from? The headlights. Hamites. Where did the Hamites come from? Put a question mark there. Hamitic refers to a term with two main historically separate origins. First, as a linguistic category for non-Semitic branches of the Afro-Asiatic language family. So they're saying they're different from Semitic. Who are the Semitics? The people of Sem. Let me go over here. Hamitic hypothesis, meaning it's a theory. Esau said, no, well, we don't know. The scientists think there's debate on it. Operated in West Africa as well, and they changed greatly over time. Afro-Asiatic languages. Let me see. Let me do this. Who are the Phoenicians? The Phoenicians were an ancient maritime civilization of the Levant, the Middle East, known for their extensive trade network across the Mediterranean. They also went to the Americas, the Canaanites, under Solomon. They are most famous for developing the first widely used alphabetic script. The alphabetic script is the A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Kala, Manasa, which became the foundation for many modern alphabets. Let me do this. Phoenician language. Phoenician language tree. So when you go to school, for kindergarten, first grade, you learn your alphabets, which is Aleph Bayath, which is it's Hebrew. Here we go. We can open them up. Let me see this. Let me do. Phoenician, syllabary, Old Hebrew, Greek alphabet, Aramaic, which come from Hebrew, Nabatean, Syriac, Arabic. That's why Yitzhak Perlman said the real Hebrew is the Arabic language, and he's borrowed a lot of words from the Arabic language, Armenian. So this is Coptic. The Coptic alphabet is 22 letters. So is the Hebrew. So is the Greek. Medieval script. Slavonic. The Slavic people are Israelites. Punic. Look at that. Okay. Phoenician language and Hebrew. Let's see what comes up. Phoenician and Hebrew are very closely related. It's the same language, belonging to the same Canaanite language family. They're telling you that the Canaanites exist. And they spoke Hebrew, of Phoenician language, which is Hebrew, which is Lashon Kodash, to the point that they were once mutually intelligible. They were able to speak to each other. That's why the Israelites were able to speak to Canaanites, because they spoke the same language and shared the same alphabet. That's Hebrew right there, Aleph Bayath. Aleph meaning cattle, Bayath meaning a tent or house. Hebrew is considered a descendant. Hebrew, the Hebrew language, is considered a descendant of the Canaanite language. So did the Canaanites teach us Hebrew? No. The Canaanites learned Hebrew from who? Ham. Ham learned it from who? Noah. Noah taught it to who? He had 3 sons. He didn't teach them 3 different languages. So if Ham, Canaan father Ham, spoke Hebrew, Noah spoke Hebrew, they learned it from Noah. So the 2 other brothers also spoke Hebrew. It says Canaanite language and the ancient Hebrew alphabet was the same as the Phoenician alphabet. So when they say Canaanite or Phoenician language, it's the word is Hebrew, Lashon Kodash, holy tongue. The main difference emerged over time as Aramaic, which is Hebrew, became more influential and was adopted as the script for what we now recognize as modern Hebrew. Yeah, some of them, that's going back to Yitzhak Perlman, which he changed his name to Eliezer ben Yehuda, which he wrote that book, the Hebrew English Hebrew dictionary, which I happen to have a copy. Okay. So this is all I wanted to get. I wanted to give me a second. Okay, give me a second. Trying to find this again. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Okay, let's go back to this.
I didn't say that, brother. I didn't say that.
If there's a such thing as an Israelite, then there got to be a such thing as a Hamite.
Movement itself, because I was with it when it first started back in 2019. As I showed y'all, you know.
That's just Captain's. Hold up, that's just Captain's belief. There's no such thing.
The tapes and everything. I've been with Tariq then, but I just, Tariq, my man, I just couldn't get.
I just want to let you hear the captain say it again. So he knows that there are Israelites living in Africa, so he knows to differentiate between a Hamite might be in Nigeria and an Israelite might be in Nigeria. And them women, them women from, now let me tell y'all a story, man. I was working for a car service a couple years back. I had picked up 3 women. I thought they were Simeonites. They were from Africa, South Africa. They were all 3 fine as hell. The one that was the most fine, they were all fine, and they looked like the males. I'm thinking it's Simeonites, and then they speak in their language. So I think I told the story before. So I had to pick up 2 of them. They got in the back seat. Then I picked up the last one, and when she came out that fucking house, I said, please, Lord, don't let us. She had the mini skirt, but she had the Saks Fifth Avenue clothes, the Neiman Market, very, very high class women, and she looked like a straight up Simeonite or Ephraimite, and she had them. She was good. They were all fine, but she was the finest. I said, please, Lord, don't let her sit in the front seat with me. Because normally they all get in the back. There's enough room for 3. She wound up sitting in the front seat with me, looking good, smelling good. And I said, oh, okay, bro, oh boy, that's my day, Anyway, they're talking, and I didn't know what language they're talking in. It wasn't Spanish, so I said, what language? I said, I was flirting with them basically. I even told them, I said, what the hell did I tell them? I said, you women look extremely gorgeous or whatever. I flirted with them and they flirted back. So I said, what language are you speaking? I believe she said South African. It was sounding sexy, bro. So I guess whatchamacallit, Captain is coming around.
It wasn't sitting right with me when he and this go.
Yeah, because you don't know who you are. You don't know that you're an Israelite.
You too, Captain, when he said them stinking Africans. I just couldn't, I couldn't deal
Hey,
with that.
you know that.
You know,
Listen, man, I love that. Listen, I love that about FBA. They got that part right.
See, that's what I'm saying. And that's the part that you never knew I was FBA because I moved back from them, you know, calling, you know, they was calling them, you know, he always got, if you look at YouTube channel of Tariq, you always see a funny looking African with big eyes or something, and he's being kind of mocked. But he looked like me, but that's the tether.
And Captain,
yeah, let me go back to King Simon. Let him close. Finish.
I'm about to
Captain, you said.
And you see, everything is pointed. The direction is pointed towards Captain because he's teaching them the Israelites. These guys want to be Hamites, but they're fascinated by the whole Israelite thing.
Earlier that the Israelite history comes from out of West Africa. That's what you said.
I said that. Yeah.
Why do you disrespect the people from West Africa?
Not the Israelites.
There you go. In case y'all didn't hear it the first time, playing the second time. So he finally woke up to the fact that you got Israelites that's still living in West Africa.
But the Hamite. That's why I'll say Hamite. That's why I try to say Hamite often, so people could know I'm delineating. So I'm because like,
but you know that's just a belief. King Simon ain't no such thing as a Hamite.
Look at this nigga hating. Look at this nigga hating.
No. That's just Captain's. Hold up, that's just Captain's belief. There's no such thing. Let me finish, Captain. There's no such thing as a Hamite. There's no such thing as Ham, Japheth, and all that stuff.
Well, where did you come from? Where'd your black ass come from? You crawled from under a rock? There has to be an origin. There has to be an origin of people on the earth. Everybody goes back to one or group of common people. Where the fuck did they come from? You know? This is why I don't talk to these people. If you can't get this understanding, I'm out of here, man.
Captain's is going along with the belief system.
No such thing as an Israelite then. But you be talking about the Bible.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
If there's a
so that means small hats are living a lie. Arabs are living a lie because they came from Shem. Indians, all of them, they're all living a lie. You don't just come on the earth and you a nigga on the earth. You just where the hell am I? Where is this? This is America? Oh, okay. You go back to your father, your father, father, your father, 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 your father's father, father, all the way back to the origins when you have anywhere from 8 billion to 9 billion people on the planet Earth, according to Esau, his records. There was a time where you had there was a time when you had 8 people. So you're telling me that we didn't come, look, man, that don't make no sense. We had to have origins, and with your Kemetic mind, you should know that.
As an Israelite, then it got to be a such thing as a Hamite.
Yeah, but those are converts, brother. Those who claim to be Israelites are converts.
For a man that talk about the Bible, every day, you cannot say you don't believe in that. Hey, wait, Simon, no, hey, Si, I got a hard 5 o'clock shut off because you got to take care of it.
Thank you once again, brother, for coming through, and appreciate it, brother. Close out.
I think what people need to understand with FBA, and I'm glad David kind of set the tone for it. FBA is just lineage. The only caveat I'm gonna give the brothers of the FBA is it's hard for you to get the respect of black people when there's no morality or code or structure or body or something that you can look at, and that's where the fight comes at. And so that's what I would say. But I have no issue with Tariq. I have no issue with FBA. But I do have an issue with y'all not having morality. That's it. That's all I got to say. So I appreciate.
All right. So with that, y'all heard it. Shalom, on to the next, as usual.